Today is Canada's Independent Bookshop Day, and I love books. I love to read them, I love to buy them, I love to spend too much money on them, and also one day I'd really like to write and publish one, like properly. So today we are going to go to as many bookshops as we can, and we're going to go and spend so much money because I can't help myself. So let's go to the first bookshop, which is Banyen Book and Sound, which is a witchy bookshop. First bookshop, Banyen Book and Sound, which is a spiritual sort of witchy shop, which is right up my alley, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how much I'm gonna spend here because I'll want to buy it all for 100%. It's on Dunbar and West 4th Avenue. And yeah, first bookshop of the day, let's go in. Hopefully my bank account doesn't struggle. I have most definitely got a dilemma in the first bookshop out of all the ones we're going to visit, and I can't decide between 3 expensive books. I think I'll keep them all. We just come to Blend's Coffee because we wanted food. And then we've got a coffee, we've got a sandwich, and then we're going to head to the next bookshop, which I believe is Pulp Fiction Books West. Next stop is Pulp Fiction Books on West Broadway. This is one of 3 shops they've got, so let's go in. Kerrisdale now, which is the furthest we've actually been into Vancouver, and we're going to go to Hager Bookshop now. Let's go spend a whole lot of money in this shop. We just came out of Hager Bookshop in Kerrisdale, and the whole point in today is to celebrate independent bookshops, and it was really nice to go to that one in particular because it felt so independent. It was run by 2 women, and actually the one woman's husband was from North Wales. How crazy is that? We've come from South Wales, she knows North Wales, she knew St David's Day, we discussed that. However, I did spend a little bit too much, $118 on 3 books. On to the next one. As part of the Independent Bookshop Day, an online map has been provided of the participating bookshops. So Vancouver has more independent bookshops, but we're following the map to go to the ones that they have recommended. And yeah, it's really useful to have that, especially when you're new in Vancouver. Anyway, enough talking, let's go to the next one. We're at Book Warehouse now, which is close to downtown Vancouver, but just outside of it. So let's go in there and see how big it is. There's a sign there that says, "Don't let indie bookshops become a work of fiction." This is why you need to support your independent bookshops. We've been to as many bookshops as we can go to on Canada's Independent Bookshop Day. I think I spent just a little bit too much, but it was worth it. You've always got to support local, not just on Canada Independent Bookshop Day, but every day too. And bookshops really should be supported. but I do think I need to financially recover. So to do that, I'm going to go home and see how much I actually bought, and then try not to cry about it. That was my first independent book day here in Canada, obviously because I've just moved here to Canada, and so it was a good thing to do, really. I was happy to be here and see that Canada were doing their own special event for the independent bookshops around Vancouver. So obviously I had to participate and go and support those bookshops. It was also a really good excuse to actually go to those bookshops because they'd been on my list for a little while, and I was like, yeah, when I can get there, like as soon as I get there, absolutely I'm going. The fact that there was an actual book day and an excuse to actually go to as many bookshops as possible, I was 100% in, not gonna lie. I didn't get to go to all of the bookshops, which was a bit of a shame, but I got to as many as I could go, and so I'll quickly go over what I actually bought from the bookshops. So the first bookshop I went to was Banyen Books and Sound, which was the spiritual bookshop, and I was like in my element there. I loved it. I've got so many of similar books back home that I haven't brought with me yet, so I had to refrain from just restocking, but I did buy a few when I was there. So the first one I got was my Saturn return book. The best thing about that is that I'm excited to read about a Saturn return. I love astrology, but also my own Saturn return will be coming up very soon, so it's always good to kind of learn about the Saturn return. The next one I bought was Queer Magic, so I can't wait to read this one. I'm really looking forward to that. I couldn't remember if I did have this back home, but I just thought, well, just in case I don't, I'll have this here. Then we went on to the next bookshop, and I bought Richard Osman's book, which was a murder mystery book, and to be honest, I was a little bit shocked to see Richard Osman for sale here in Vancouver, but actually it makes sense, doesn't it? He's with a big publisher, so of course he's going to be over here. But I was just wondering like how many Canadians knew he was the host of Pointless, but not anymore. We went to Kerrisdale, and that was definitely where I spent the most money. I'm not gonna lie, like honestly it was so much money. But I don't regret spending that much money there. Maybe I will, but never mind. Support independent bookshops, obviously. So I bought this one, which gives us information on places to see in BC, the best routes to go to. So I thought instead of going for a fiction book, I wanted something a little bit more practical, because obviously even though we're here to live, we're still tourists. So it just made sense to buy something so we could understand actually where to go, because I really want to see as much as I can whilst we're here. Funnily enough, I saw a book about the history of where I used to work, the BBC. So I used to work at the BBC back home in Wales, and it's their 100th anniversary. They're going to be 100 years old. So this book is all about the history of the BBC, and it's celebrating 100 years of the BBC. So I love a hardback, I love a bit of history, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I was looking out for LGBTQ plus fiction, and so I bought this book, which is a literature book, and I was actually recommended this when I answered the Vancouver Public Library's Instagram story, and they basically asked, give us a book that you enjoyed and we'll recommend a new book. And so I recommended Call Me By Your Name because I really liked that book, and they recommended this one. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I will get that. We got this free little flyer, which is all about Canadian Independent Bookshop Day, and it gives you information as well as the little map that I spoke about earlier. And I picked up a free newspaper all about publishing in Canada because I just thought it might come in useful for eventually when I cry and hope that I'm going to get published one day. And then we went to the final bookshop, the one that we could actually go to within the time frame. They all closed around 6 o'clock and we got there about 5-ish, and I just knew that after browsing and things we weren't going to have enough time to get over to the other bookshops. So I bought Heartstopper, which is actually #1 on Netflix right now, and this is actually like a graphic novel, so I've never really read one of those before. It's like a comic book basically, but I've heard good things, so I wanted to give this a go before watching the series. It was the book warehouse that I went to, which was actually really close to downtown, and I would definitely go there again because they recommended great reads. They were really friendly and really nice, and they had a lot of selection. All the bookshops I went to, I was actually looking for a copy of this book, and it wasn't until I got to Book Warehouse that I saw it, so straight away I was like, yes, I'm getting that. And staying in the LGBTQ plus theme, I bought this one too. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. It is a period sort of drama, but again, LGBT story, a gay storyline. So yeah, I can't wait to read that. It's a romance story. And because it was Independent Bookshop Day, you could enter a competition the whole time you went. So they asked for your phone number, your name and your email to win some prizes. Well, you enter a draw basically to win some prizes. So not only are you supporting, but you might get something back as well. And in Book Warehouse, we did that, but they also had a little spinning wheel, and you could spin the wheel and maybe you would get a discount, or you would win a free book, or you might get some goodies. So James actually spun the wheel and he got a little mystery book, which he can't wait to unwrap and see what's inside. And I spun the wheel and I got a free book, but it was about like the church, and I didn't really want to read about the church. So I spun again and I got a discount, but I had already bought my books, so couldn't get a discount. And then I spun again and I got some goodies, which was like stickers and a free mask and things like that. So really nice of them, a nice little touch to add to like the community feel and the atmosphere of Canada Independent Bookshop Day. So I spent a lot of money, and I was thinking about maybe like adding how much money I actually spent, but I just think that's a bad idea because I did spend a lot of money, but it all went to a good cause, and yeah, I don't regret it, but ask me like next week. Really happy to support independent bookshops here in Canada. I can't wait to go and see it again. And the best thing about it as well is just meeting new people and also seeing other areas of Vancouver that I haven't seen before. So if you like books and you like literature, there is plenty of bookshops and options here for you to go and explore. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate that as well. And let me know what you're reading. Let me know what your favorite books are, and let me know what your favorite bookshop is. Doesn't have to be in Vancouver, but it could be because I'll go there. But also let me know about Canada too. So thank you, and I will leave you with this beautiful sunset. See you soon.